Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name's Dean. Welcome back to the final game of the group stage of the TTC, and this is a very important one, the Twisty Test Championship. Of course, that's what that stands for. South Africa have won the toss here. They've elected to bat. Now, let's have a look at Group B. At the moment, the West Indies are currently in second position. They have 5 points with 2 wins and a draw. Sri Lanka have 4 points with 2 wins and a loss. And South Africa, 1 win, 1 draw, and 1 loss. They're on 3 points. So all 3 of those teams can still qualify. South Africa need a big win if they want to qualify. Sri Lanka just need a win if they want to qualify. And if it's a draw, I think maybe the West Indies qualify. We'll have to check all of that out, depending on how the results play out, I guess, in this round. But it does set up a really exciting clash and a really important one, because both of these sides can still make it through to the Test Championship finals. They'll play whoever wins it, I think, will finish in second position, but Sri Lanka can actually still finish in first position if they have a big enough win as well over South Africa. So it does mean that the entirety of Group B can still be shifted depending on how the results of this test match play out. And I think that that's a really exciting thing, and it just shows the evenness, I guess, of the group, maybe other than Afghanistan, who didn't win a game in this group, as we see the first edge taken, and Aiden Markram's going to depart. Kamara getting the first breakthrough there for Sri Lanka, so they're off to a good start with the wicket there. And as we said, anything can happen in Group B based on the results of this game. It is very, very exciting, because, you know, you could face Australia, who are going to finish, finished in first in Group A, or you could play off against whoever finished in second, depending on if you are, Sri Lanka, and you can avoid that if you win, and win big. So very exciting stuff to know that this game is, it means a lot in the context of this tournament, and that's what we wanted it to do. We wanted to go down to the last game to see who's going to qualify for each group, and that's exactly what we're going to be getting here, as Rassie van der Dussen hits a couple more runs there. What are they? 32 for 1. There's a little edge, and it just goes down. Doesn't quite carry through to the gully fielder. But Matthews bowling well. This time a thicker edge. This time taken. And South Africa lose their second wicket. Sri Lanka have 2 early ones. This time it's Matthews who gets that breakthrough wicket. Look at this, just driving on the up. The edge is nice and thick and carries very nicely through the gully. So unlike the other one, which was just not pushing hard at it, this one really pushing hard at it, and van der Dussen out for 7. 32 for 2, South Africa at the 14 over mark. So their run rate pretty slow at the moment, 2.2. The Sri Lankan bowling been very, very good early. Du Plessis and Elgar trying to, I guess, rectify this innings now. They wouldn't want to lose another wicket early, especially after winning the toss and batting. You don't want to lose 3 wickets within the first session. It's sort of like, I guess, a T20 in a way, where T20s, if you lose 3 wickets in the power play, you're probably not going to win the game. But in test matches, there's another edge that just flies away. In test matches, if you lose 3 wickets maybe in the opening session, or more than 3 wickets in the opening session, you're probably not going to go on and win the test match. So plenty to do here for the middle order. Du Plessis, Elgar, and then de Kock to come after this. There's a lot of batting that South Africa need to do with these partnerships now. Oh, what a shot. Elgar just sends it down the ground. That'll be 4. As this partnership really starting to just get a little bit of a move on, starting to get on a roll. Spin of De Silva on now. He finds the gap there, just the 1. 28 overs gone. Shouldn't be too far away from the end of this opening session. Oh, it struck him on the pad. And I give the finger this time. So Sri Lanka have 3. The spinner gets the wicket. Elgar out for 35. No review used. 64 for 3. And that will take us to the end of the first session here at Bloemfontein. Here, 70 for 3, South Africa. Du Plessis 19 not out, de Kock 3 not out as we resume the second innings. And the first ball is a wicket. The second session, not the second innings. But the first ball of the second session is a wicket. Sri Lanka well and truly on top now, as Faf du Plessis gets a little outside edge. And a good catch again. It's nice and sharp, but well taken by Matthews. 70 for 4. South Africa. Temba Bavuma now in with Quinton de Kock. And geez, Sri Lanka, they really want this spot in the semi-finals. They've started this test really promisingly. And they just haven't allowed the South Africans any easy deliveries to score too many runs. Look at that run rate. It's a bit of a mix-up here between the batsmen. It's a direct hit. It would have been out anyway because no one was near the bowler's end. This is wicket number 5. South Africa lose yet another one. Have a look at this. Just direct hit. No one even near the frame, really. Quinton de Kock out for 9. 83 for 5. South Africa. It is all just going downhill at the moment. And we look at that run rate, 2.03. Just no easy runs have been allowed by the Sri Lankans, either with the ball or in the field. There's an edge. That'll be 4. Bit of luck going the South Africans' way, going in between all the slips there. But, you know, scoring is quite difficult here for South Africa, and Sri Lanka have done a really, really good job of it with ball in hand as Norkia goes over the top for a 4. Look at that. Nice bowling there. Was that even better? That's a leading edge. That should be taken by the bowler. It is. And given out almost immediately. So, another wicket falls for South Africa. They've lost 3 very quickly in this session. Will this be 4, actually? I'm not too sure. Are they 6 or 7 down? No review. Obviously, there wouldn't have been a review. You hit it straight back to the bowler here with Fernando. I was very happy to take that catch. This one just straight to him. Didn't even need a break stride. It went straight into the mitts. So Norkia out for 104 for 6. South Africa so deeply in trouble right now. They just need to find a way to recover in this match. So shake of the head there for a not out review here. It's Rabada and Bavuma. They're just, you know, I guess trying to score something at the moment. You know, you win the toss and bat, and after 50 overs, you're 6 down for 120. It's not the ideal scenario for South Africa, who need to win this test match big in order to actually go on and qualify for the second round. Because if they win but not big enough, as we see another run-out fall, then the West Indies would qualify. But right now, they're in serious trouble. Bavuma out for 22 off the back of another run-out. And it's 123 for 7 right now. Just wickets tumbling left, right and centre. That's already 4 in this session. Oh, geez, almost another one. As the slip fielder tried to cause a run out. As we head towards the end of this second session. Runs just been very slow from a South African point of view. But if you keep losing wickets, that's what's going to happen. You're not going to, I guess, score enough in that respect. And you're just going to continue to lose wickets as players will continue to try to get themselves into the game. If Rabada hits this one away, he's now 15 runs on the board, which is certainly more than a lot of the other batsmen have scored at the crease so far. Pick up a 3 or 4 for his troubles here, running 4 in the end. And that'll take us to the end of the second session, which was a disastrous one for South Africa here at home. 135 for 7. We saw a run out, 2 run-outs actually in that session. But after 60 overs, geez, it is Sri Lanka on day 1 who are on top. Fernando to continue. Start us off here in the final session of play. As Luckmal's going to be bowling. So South Africa, I guess their first goal would be, can we just survive the session? You know, Rabada and Pretorius, they're not the worst players ever with the bat, so it can be a little bit handy. They've provided a little bit of an outlet here. Rabada's 23, Pretorius 17. They've spent a little bit of time at the crease just trying to press on here. Can they continue in that vein? There's a big shout here by the Sri Lankans. And the umpire gives it not out. So, I don't know if we'll see this one sent upstairs. It was very close. It was just, it was right on the edge of whether it hit him in line or not. So we are going to go upstairs. Even if it is umpire's call, might be overturned. No, impact outside off, going on to hit the middle of middle stump. So a bad review there for Sri Lanka. They'll lose that one. With the impact being, of course, outside the line. And Rabada lives on and finds the boundary here. So already 10 overs in this session that these two have survived. And, you know, they're starting to build something nice. What a delivery that is. To get rid of Rabada. It just span around the bat, basically. Just didn't get his bat sort of out there enough. Sort of thought it wasn't going to turn as much as it did. And in the end, off stump, it just wouldn't sit still, out of the deck. 163 for 8, Rabada out for 31. And Waldenia has a couple of wickets. Oh, and that one beats the outside edge of the blade after 71 overs. Oh, geez, that one's good as well. It's close. An inside edge. And it's not out. Oh, gee, there was some bat on that, I think. So no catch taken. Another missed chance for the Sri Lankans as we see another big shout here on Ngidi. Hasn't done too much since coming to the crease. Stuck around for a little bit. Now an edge and taken. So after a few chances that the Sri Lankans had, they finally get that wicket they were looking for. And that will take it, is that 8 or 9 wickets down? I'm not too sure. It's been so quick how these wickets have fallen today. That one just the outside edge. The keeper with a good catch taking that one. And South Africa, well, they are down, 9 down now. As Pretorius is out for 22. 178 for 9. And Gideon Maharaj in at the crease. And geez, I don't even know if Sri Lanka will even need to take the new ball here. We haven't seen them take it just yet, as we are in the 81st over. They've taken all these wickets with the other ball. It's sort of the double-edged sword. Do you get the ball that you know is moving and spinning and turning, or do you get the new one in the hopes of trying to take this final wicket? There's an outside edge from Maharaj, goes over the top to the boundary. And now an outside edge. Fernando gets the last one. Sri Lanka will be batting here for a couple of overs at the end of day 1 after knocking South Africa over for 192. Fernando had 3 wickets and involved in a run-out, and Waldenia had a couple as well to his name, single figures elsewhere. And the top scorer was the opener, Dean Elgar, who made 35 for South Africa there. As that innings now comes to a close. It's going to be Kagiso Rabada with the new ball. 191 or 192 is all South Africa managed to post on day 1. What does Rabada have in reply with the ball?
Waiting.
It's a dot to start.
Yeah.
And now runs for the Sri Lankans. Karuna Ratney getting it across on the onside there. It'll be a couple. To end the opening over there, just 2. I don't know how many overs we've got here left tonight. There's an edge. Goes in between sort of 2nd and 4th slip. So unlucky there from the South Africans. All possible run-out chance. Gee, so a couple of missed chances for the South Africans here as we've got a couple of balls left today. Only the 5 overs is all we're going to get in here from the South African, Sri Lankan batting point of view. As they currently 22 without loss. Final ball of the day, Rabada to Karuna Ratney. Pulls it away, and it's, not quite through the gap. A little bit of a misfield, but in the end it saves the boundary. It's just worth 1. 23 without loss at the end of 5 overs. It is South Africa, 169 runs ahead of Sri Lanka. And it was the Sri Lankans who were on top on day 1. 23 without loss after knocking South Africa over for 172. Well, I think it was maybe 182. I don't know. It wasn't too much. But, gee, what did that? 192. That's the one. But what a day for Sri Lanka away from home. How will they reply again on day 2? See you tomorrow.